If you've been waiting for mortgage rates to come down before buying a home, I want you to pay attention to what's happening right now because we may be entering a really interesting window in the housing market. Over the last couple of weeks, we've gotten several pieces of economic data that have helped mortgage rates move in the right direction. First, the July jobs report came in much weaker than expected. Then last week, inflation data came in relatively mild, giving investors more evidence that the economy may be slowing. That caused Treasury yields to move lower and mortgage rates followed. Freddie Mac's latest weekly average for a 30-year fixed mortgage came in around 6.67%. Now that's obviously not a dramatic drop. We're not suddenly back to 5% mortgage rates, but I think there's a much bigger story here for home buyers. Right now, buyers have something they haven't had in years: leverage. We have more inventory, homes are taking longer to sell, we're seeing price reductions, and sellers are much more willing to negotiate on things like closing costs, repairs, even mortgage rate buydowns. At the same time, mortgage rates are beginning to show some improvement. And that combination is what I'm watching. Because think about what happens if rates continue to fall. Yes, your monthly payment gets better. Yes, your purchasing power improves, but you're not the only buyer who gets that benefit. There are a lot of people sitting on the sidelines right now saying, I'm going to buy when rates come down. So if rates eventually fall enough to make those buyers comfortable jumping back into the market, we could see demand increase pretty quickly. And suddenly, the buyer who has plenty of homes to choose from today may have more competition. The seller who's willing to give you $10,000 towards a rate buydown today may not be nearly as motivated when they have 3 offers. That's why I don't think the question buyers should be asking is, when will rates get back to 5%? The better question is, where is my best combination of affordability and negotiating power? Because the perfect interest rate and the perfect buyer's market may not happen at the same time. And I'm definitely not saying everyone should rush out and buy a house because rates have moved down a little. I'm saying don't make a major financial decision based on one number. Look at the entire opportunity: the rate, the home price, your monthly payment, available inventory, seller concessions, and how much competition you're facing. If you've been waiting on the sidelines, this is a really good time to at least run the numbers. Send me a message and let's look at what buying would actually cost you today, including what we may be able to negotiate from a seller. You may decide it still makes sense to wait, but I'd rather have you make that decision based on your numbers and today's market than wait for a headline to tell you when it's finally the right time to buy.